I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Come on!
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
That's you, D. You're on.
Hey, everybody, welcome. What's going on with Andrew?
I don't know, tech difficulties. So this is powered by cannabis. I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's
if
at
the show-
Teebs.
Yeah, I don't know if the show is powered by cannabis, but I'm totally powered by cannabis.
I will say the platform of the show is powered by cannabis. Everybody else's personal and professional uses are still unknown. So, but know this, that if that is something that you're considering, the Teebs of Adrian is the place that you should go. If you're a first-time experimenter, go to Teebs. They will walk you through it. You don't want to jump into like concentrates like your first time. So tell them. They won't make you feel bad about it. They won't make you feel like some weird, shady drug user. You can just come in and you can say, hey, I want to try this out. And they will give you the appropriate recommendations for you and send you on your way. And if THC isn't your thing, then there's a ton of things that CBD can do for you and your pet and all that other great stuff. So look into the great medical and pain relieving and stress relieving uses of CBD at Teebs of Adrian. That's right, Teebs of Adrian, where if you smoke, you know damn well there's going to be a barbecue food truck in the parking lot.
Every Tuesday now. Every Tuesday. I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be up there today at 10. So if anybody wants to go and isn't very comfortable, I can go. I'm gonna be up there today, so you can come up and I will meet you up there. I'll be there for like probably about 2 hours or so.
How are you going to make it comfortable?
I don't know. I'll be stoned. It'll be fun.
And if anyone from my job is listening, I don't use weed at all. It doesn't happen.
But he
First
should.
of all,
Know my bosses.
First of all, you can tell that by the fact that he said, I don't use weed.
I purposely used wrong nomenclature to clinch it so my bosses don't hear it. And my father, I've never touched weed in my life.
And maybe that's what's wrong.
It's totally what's wrong.
So, yeah. Anybody who uses the word nomenclature, it's like gives me pause. Just
who's Norman? Who's Norman?
Yes, yeah, nomenclature. He's the guy who does things within the system.
Language. He's a language guy.
So, can I ask you, Andrew, every day?
Donnie, your mic is bad, bud.
Yeah,
bad.
Every day, Andrew, we do this show every Monday through Thursday. We do this show.
Yes.
And occasionally, I will say, you have run into technical difficulties. Like
that's not that often.
I said occasionally. I didn't say every. I said, but you run into technical difficulties, and I would think that this setup would be a lot like that rotisserie chicken machine where you set it and forget it. Yeah,
I agree. Here's the thing. I 100% agree with you.
Your mic's not on.
Me? You can't hear me?
Yeah, you're coming from the computer or something.
Mother.
Oh, well, just keep talking right now.
Well, hold on.
You can still talk.
Yeah, we can hear you. It just doesn't sound like it's coming from your mic.
Hold on.
Oh, just keep talking while you're doing that.
How about me, Gina?
Oh,
I don't like.
You sound better. Yours was bad, Donnie. When you talked, it made me go, oh, God. Good morning, you guys. This is the show where we work out tech difficulties on air. It's fun.
This is the show that a lot of people don't talk about. This is our 102nd show, and that is brought to you once again by technical difficulties.
Do you guys remember back? I don't know, a couple 50 episodes ago when I used to try to rein you guys in and get you here early to do mic checks in the morning. Like, everybody be on by 6:20. Let's do this. Rally the troops. And like nobody did it. So I'd be sitting here by myself waiting for people to come in. And I just got pissed. So forget it. I'm popping up at the last second too.
I was still at the gym at 6:20.
Yeah, Donnie is definitely on time for the most part. I don't know. Is my mic messed up?
It's not that it's messed up. It's just you're
onboard.
not coming from the mic. You're coming from the
it's
computer.
onboard audio.
I was still in the gym.
And now I hear background, like who's playing the show in the background.
I'm trying to hear myself so I can hold on.
It's not that it's messed up.
Yeah, it's like the radio, Andrew. You can't have the radio playing when you call in.
Turn your radio down.
How many times have you lectured listeners about having the radio on when they call in?
So the problem is people will I have to share this goddamn computer, because I would rather just set it, have no one F with it, because of course people are in here on the computer, and it was fine yesterday. I walk up and it's fine. I walk up, leave the computer for the day until the next morning, and other people are on the computer, and then I go to log in and it's all jacked up. So there's that.
See, it's just I still can't wrap my head around why some people still need their computer, why they need to touch this computer, right? Everybody has a tiny computer in their hand. You do everything on your phone, so there's no reason to touch my computer. None. There is no reason. You can get to Amazon through your phone. You can get to Facebook. You'd rather look at Instagram on your phone. I've never seen anybody scroll through Instagram on their computer. That's just weird to me. Like, it's just so why are you touching my podcast computer?
I'm sure it's to play some kind of game.
Maybe the question,
screen.
Like, you should ask Andrew.
Well, I think what Colleen uses, like, she'll do like graphs and like other digital stuff, like
Spyro Giant graph.
He has no idea what he's talking about. Right now.
Yeah, he's like,
She does spreadsheets.
She does business stuff.
Yeah,
Graphs and
she like draws
spreadsheets.
How else do you think she gets her coupons? She needs the computer.
I know. So I don't know, dude. I can't. It just drives me crazy. But anyway, there we go. Hi, everybody. Hi. We're here.
Here.
Colleen's gonna come down and try to screw with my audio to see if we can get that fixed. But my audio is messed up. Like it's gonna unplug, plug it back in. I don't know. It's coming. All right, I'm gonna come back. You guys pop me out. Let me fix this real quick, and I will come right back. You guys okay without me?
You sound all right. If you can hear yourself.
Demetrius, you're good.
Huh?
I got Demetrius, you're good.
I don't know what that means, but all right, I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
He's so technologically, like, I don't even know, you guys. It's awful.
Yeah. So I read this. I read this article, and then I saw a news article on it. They said that 57% of people who throw like parties have a group of friends that they tell the party that they will tell them that the party starts 2 hours before the party actually does, because they know these people are always late.
I'm one of those friends.
It's me. I'm the friend.
See, I've tried that similar with my sister. Like, I'll tell her earlier. I'm going to pick her up earlier. She knew this was
coming.
Like, I was going to pick her up earlier so that she'll actually be ready by the time that it needs to be, so we can leave. And all that does is make her later. I don't know what it is.
And you know what? And I'm glad you said something, Donnie, because you are that friend.
Like, dude, you gotta tell me like 3 hours.
Yeah, like, it's so funny. So do you, like, Donnie, do you have somebody like in your group who is later than you?
No,
like,
there's no way.
Because I would. Is it no?
No.
What's your usual show up time?
Okay, so here's the issue with me and time management. Okay, so my goal is always to arrive like precisely on time, unless it's like, I don't know, like, unless it's like a party that you don't know a lot of people, then you kind of, if I don't know a lot of people, I kind of want to get there earlier so I feel like I belong there. And then as people come, they're like, oh, he's already here, so he's supposed to be here. Because if you don't know a lot of people and you show up late, you're just that guy who just shows up. But let's say I'm trying to get to your house by 7 o'clock. So in my brain, I'm like, we got to leave here by like 20 till to get to your house. But, if we're bringing the kids, like if we don't start getting people ready an hour before I want to leave, like there's no way we're leaving on time. Like it's the bigger hurry we're in, the slower the children move. It's just a rule. Like they'll get all the way to the door and then just like start doing. Okay, for example, they had a birthday party to get to on Sunday at 3:00, and we had to go to the store to get a present, a gift, and I actually wanted to stop at Party City to pick up the Oscar balloons. Okay, so I keep telling them for like 2 hours, like, you guys, we got to go. We got to get to the store and get your friend's gift. So it's about an hour and a half before the party, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And it takes us a half an hour to get outside to the car. So now we're like an hour out and we haven't even been to the store yet. And I'm like, you guys, let's move. So I get one of the 3 girls in the car, and Ashley's working, by the way. And then the 2 of them start coming up the driveway because I'm parked in the street. And then they just start dancing, like TikTok dancing, like slowly. And I just yelled at my kids. Like, I don't ever yell at my kids, number 1. Number 2, I don't do it in public because I don't do it. And I yelled at my kids, like, in my front yard, like, get in the car. And you would think they would be, like, devastated. They just, like, slowly looked at me and just danced towards the car and got into the car. And we actually made it to the party. Well, long story, Ashley got done working and met us at home. So we made it to the party about 10 minutes late. But we were close. But the whole point is it takes them a long time to get their ass in gear.
See, with me, and I only have one in the house, I break him down into segments. I don't let him know we're going anywhere. What I do is I take a section of what I need to get done, and then like so what I'll tell him is, hey, buddy, I need you to put your shirt and your pants and your socks and your shoes on. And he's like, why? And I'm like, no reason. I just need it done. And so he'll get dressed. If I tell him I need him to get dressed for school, that's a totally different conversation I'm having.
Yeah.
If I tell him I need him to get dressed because Blippi is on, then he's like, shit, yeah, I'll throw my pants and my shirt on. And then like I start slowly like, hey, buddy, I think it's time to turn off the iPad, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, okay. And then next thing you know, he's crying when we're walking out the door because he didn't realize I had just got him to go to school. But yours is mainly children. Gina, what's yours though?
I mean, children, teenagers are awful. They're horrific.
See, I feel like you can leave a teenager.
Wait, I want to just touch on that. That's a really good idea though, Demetrius, because if you don't tell them right away why, then they're not distracted by that. And they're just doing what you asked. Because like you give them too much information, and now they're just like thinking about where they have to go and what they're going to do when they get what they're going to wear. But it's hey, just get your shoes and your pants on. I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, and I get that children, take a while and all that stuff, but I don't know if I totally buy that as an excuse because my sister was always late before she had kids.
Well, yeah, mine's not the kids really. Mostly it's just because I hate going anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's a good thing. I don't want to go. I hate people. Like I'm getting old and get off my lawny. Like I can't. I hate people. I hate driving. Like I'm one of those people. The whole time I'm driving, I'm just yelling at people the whole time.
I can't sit in my house all day. I can't. It drives me crazy. I have to be out with people.
But that's where your stuff is.
I like to go out. Like we went for a walk last night. I like to get out of the house. I just don't like to people. So it depends on where I'm going. Like if I'm going somewhere that doesn't involve a ton of people, then I'll be on time. But if I'm going somewhere that there's going to be people there that I have to interact with, then I don't want to. And so it takes me a long time to get ready.
So you show up and so that is like why you show up late then? Because like just your natural disdain for people.
I didn't want to be there at all. Is the problem?
Sends like this message of like, hey, just be happy that I'm fucking here because I didn't want to be here at all.
Yes.
And Gina, I love you to death, but you don't pop that much with personality for people to be like, well, fuck it, at least she's here.
I don't care though. I don't. It actually depends on where I'm going. I'm always late to anything that Andrew has going on because he irritates my soul, and it takes me a long time to meditate to get ready to go to deal with him.
I love how it's my fault that you're always late to everything.
I'm not always late to everything.
You're always late to everything, or you just don't show up. Those are your two.
It's you.
I'll be there tomorrow, 1:30. I'll be there 1:30 next week, 1:30 tomorrow, 1:30 and 1:30. I'm not showing up. Okay.
Right. No, my favorite is telling him after the time. Like if I'm going to be there at 1:30, I'll just like text him at 2. Like, hey, I'm not coming. He's like, no shit.
Yeah.
The only two things I don't show up early for are parties and funerals, and really, because funerals, it's really weird if you show up before the widow. So
does that
I just
surprise
came to
anybody?
make sure. I had to come here. I've been watching a lot of fucking Walking Dead. I don't want to be surprised when this bitch pops up and just starts eating people's faces.
Right.
You're just sitting there and she walks in. You're like, I guess I loved him more. I mean,
is it surprising that Tifo is a hurry up and wait guy? Like he is.
No, if you're on time, you're late. I'm sorry.
That's his dad.
I love Ashley. She said, Donnie doesn't yell at the kids. That's true, because Donnie doesn't have to take them out in public as often as I do. But now that he does, trust there might be some more situations.
Well, it sounds like they don't take him seriously when he yells, so it's going to be comical going forward.
That is true. Like if Donnie were to yell at you, like would you take it serious? I couldn't. I'd be like, oh, that's so cute.
You want me to screenshot? You mean to screenshot that comment from your dad, Tifo? Son, you make me proud.
It's already been screenshot. It's going to be framed up on my wall.
And Andrew, and that will be art.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie, I got to ask you a question. Cedar Point made the announcement 2 days ago, and I was waiting to hear your thoughts.
Oh my God!
On all the new announcements. The headline was, "You do not have to wear masks outside at Cedar Point this season." But Donnie, you look mad. What's going on? What did I miss?
I'm not mad.
Oh,
I'm not mad.
He's just
even
disappointed.
Like, no. I am so happy about it. I never thought it would come this soon. Like the announcement that not only do you not have to wear masks outside, only indoors, which is fine. Mm-hmm. Children under 10 don't have to wear masks, so our kids don't have to wear the masks, which is amazing. And they're going to have full ride capacity. Now that, like, let me tell you how big of a deal that is, you guys. Like, we didn't ride anything last year aside from like the family rides because the lines were just so long. Because even though there was nobody at the park, it took 3 times as long to get through the queue because the rides were like sometimes half or a quarter capacity. So we waited an hour for Ocean Motion. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's the old boat ride in the front of the park that we waited an hour for. So it was honestly, it was like Christmas
Saturday night.
You know it. But it was like Christmas morning because they made the announcement, I think Monday, and I missed it somehow. And I was getting ready for the gym in the morning and I saw it. And I just lost my mind.
Are they still doing capacity limits at least?
My Cedar Point alert didn't come on my phone to alert me of what's going on, and they didn't even call me to find out if it was okay.
Well, Donnie didn't Donnie's over the alerts. He gets calls from like park executives.
Right.
I can't believe that Carrie Boldman didn't like at least shoot me a message, just a heads up, just a text, anything.
Right.
Did I tell you guys that she's the new general manager?
It's the new park general manager.
Yes.
Did I tell you guys that I had the girls like draw pictures of like congratulations and stuff, and we mailed it to her office?
No, that is not true. I'm not going to let that be true.
100%. 100%.
Demetrius, are you okay? You killed a dude.
In my mind, hey, I've always lived by the secret. You know, the secret is you make your reality real. In my world, in my mind, my daughter's drawings are on her wall in her office right now.
But here's the thing, Donnie. I think you were just waiting. You need to keep the doors open. You were waiting for the call to be like, Donnie, attendance is down 20%. I need you to take over the park. And Donnie's like, I'm ready. I'm in.
But the real question is,
he's already got the plaque. He's already got the plaque like made, engraved because he's the secret.
Right.
He's already to just put on the door. So he comes in, like they call him.
That's believe, baby.
Before the call over, he's in the office slapping the freaking thing on the door.
All I see is Donnie with like a legit like Cedar Point uniform on underneath his regular clothes, waiting for the call, and then everything else is like breakaway. Like he just like whips it, and then there's Donnie like brand ambassador name tag right there, and like people, he's like, I got the call. You know,
he's always wearing that Cedar Point uniform under his clothes because he never knows. He doesn't know when that call is going to come.
Spider-Man.
Hey, Donnie, how many Cedar Point executives are on your Christmas card list?
Oh, just one. That's the first time I've ever sent them anything. I don't know. But hey, I'm gonna start adding some people now that you mentioned it.
Donnie, you want to guarantee a way that like your pictures get up on her wall is you scribble one in crayon and let her think it's the cutest 6-year-old picture, and then you show up. Just get my note.
Or Donnie shows up at her door and she's like, "Who are you? How did you get in here? Why are my pictures on the wall?"
Yeah.
Hey, why aren't they here?
You're Donnie 2 backwards N's and an upside down YP.
I thought that Millennium Force drawing was too good. I thought it was too good.
I feel like this ends in like a swim fan situation with Donnie.
What is that?
He's just basically obsessive stalking.
So I didn't even know what that was. Of course, Tiefel knows the inside when it comes to stalking terms.
It's a freaking movie.
Tiefel's
or movies about said genre.
Donnie.
Or here, what if I said Misery?
I'll send you some pointers on stalking here after the show. You're like, okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks, Tiefel.
I've sent you 4 DVDs: Misery, Single White Female,
Swim,
and I've Swim Fan, and then I've marked them at each point where you should take notes.
Yes, 6 bullet points on how to fight a restraining order.
I know.
You don't fight them. You just ignore them.
Sir, I don't need a restraining order. I'm keeping myself from killing her by following her.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Cedar Point. I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, Donnie, we need to start a Cedar Point podcast for you. That's what we need to do.
I don't know.
Because you got the personality.
Enthusiasm right there.
Yeah, because anyone else that does one, I picture them being like real nerdy and like, so the corkscrew. I don't know. There's like 4 screws missing. Hey, I counted all. Every day I go in and count the screws. So I think you would be actually a normal podcast. I think every other podcast is more like that.
I've watched some YouTube videos, and you are not far off.
Good.
But what could you possibly talk about Cedar Point, like 52 week or 52 episodes?
Are you, Donnie? Did she just say that?
Right.
And 52 hours of Cedar Point talk. What the fuck can you possibly talk about for 52 hours, dude?
I would go there and I would give a live update in the morning of what to expect, what the specials are, where the food trucks are, what's going on, what to expect ride times, and then I'd leave and I'd go to work.
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do.
Drive an hour and a half.
No, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, Donnie. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be a weekly podcast. You're gonna send another follow-up letter to the general manager. Remember when we did the show from there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's one of the greatest days of my life.
Yeah, me too. It really was fun. when we get to walk in the employee entrance, like no one, we just walk back and forth in the employee entrance, and like no one would even say anything to us. We were that cool. So, Donnie, you need to.
None of them spoke English.
It's true. You need to reach out to the general manager, okay, and say, "Hey, once a week, I'm going to do a podcast on site." And say we're the number 1 podcast in Toledo, and we're going to start doing a Cedar Point themed podcast. And that way, you do it at the park. We put a little sound system up so people can hear you walking by. And we're going to do a weekly podcast on Cedar Point. Donnie, you got to line that up,
dude. As much as I would love to go there once a week,
Yes.
See, this is
all right. I'm.
this
You know
is
how-
what Andrew does. This is
He knows I
this
would
is
love
what-
to do it.
This
but
is
it's
what
like,
Andrew
oh.
does.
I know.
It's like
I'm
he
fulfilling your
he
dream.
goes, I have a great idea for you. And then the initial reaction to the great idea was slightly lukewarm because Donnie started figuring out logistics, driving up there once a week, how that was really not going to work out, and how it may eat away his love at Cedar Point. And then, but then Andrew just like keeps going at him. He's like, look, it's like, it's almost like begging a girl for sex until she's just like, look,
It's a window into how he got Colleen.
Yeah, I'm not that into you, but you have worn me down to where I have literally gone, it would be worth it to be naked with you once than to be worn down over
I've
and
watched
over
this progression with Andrew over the years, and it used like so it used to be there's a restaurant for everybody. Oh, that's a great, it would be a great restaurant idea for you. It would be like, it was always like some idea. And now lately it's been podcasts. So like he thinks everybody should have a podcast. Like every single person in the world, he's like, wouldn't this person be great on a podcast? And like everything, you guys, everything. Just that's a perfect example of what he just did with Donnie. That's how he lives.
I've had the opportunity to work there before, like 10 years ago after the show, and I smartly made the decision that if it would become a job, like Demetrius said, like it would eat away at the love and take away the mystique, and it's got to be far enough away to be somewhere that I go to,
Wait. So Donnie, after we did our show there, they were like, "Oh my God, Donnie, we need you to be part of our family," and they actually invited you in, and you shunned them.
No, we met a lot of people like in high up positions when we were there. Like we met we met the marketing director, we met the PR director, we met the director of Hollow Weekends and the costume director. We met the maintenance director. We met like all of the heads of the departments,
all of the directors.
Yes, so we
met all of them.
So basically, so I could have got a gig like on the maintenance crew where you're climbing the roller coasters, you office crew, you work your way up, it would have been like a really low salary job, but those things you never know where they could lead to,
Or you just need to get into the park. Once you get into the park, Donnie, you'll start working your way up the ladder. I'm not worried about that.
But but he said no because he was like, I love this place so much. And I think honestly, if men who don't want to get married to longtime girlfriends would take this approach, like, look, honey, you were like Cedar Point. And I love going to Cedar Point, but now you're asking me to work at Cedar Point. And now my love for you would wane if I work at Cedar. My love turns into a job.
Not even that. You tell her you're worried about that. It's like, baby, my love for you. You're like Cedar Point. You're the greatest place I've ever want to go, and I'm worried. So that way, it's not your fault. You don't feel like an asshole. I'm worried that if we get married, then I won't love my favorite place to go anymore.
Right.
So I don't want to do that to you.
Yep.
That's
how I prove my love to you is that I show up at your park every day because I want to, not because I have to, not because the name tag says that I have to. And frankly, it scares me to get a job where I have to give my job half my shit if I quit.
Oh shit. This portion of the show brought to you by Teebs of Adrian. Teebs.green. Teebs, they have medicinal, they have recreational, or is it medicinal? No, it's medical. Medicinal and recreational available there, and they're knowledgeable people. They have people there that are actually up for Bud Tender of the Year awards in the nation. That's how good Teebs of Adrian is. They're good people there. You'll love the atmosphere. You won't feel weird going in. They don't make you feel weird, and they know that, you know, sometimes it's probably maybe your first experience with a dispensary, or you're just thinking, hey man, this back is just bugging me so much now. I have to do something, or whatever it is. If my pet, when I leave, my pet loses her mind. They can take care of all that there for you. And they, like I said, they'll answer all your questions, and they're super knowledgeable. And it's what you'd want if you go to a dispensary. Teebs of Adrian, check them out on the web at www.teebs.green, and they will take care of your every want and need. All right, so let's talk about. Let's see. All right, settle down, Tiefel. Not every.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a room and no witnesses.
They do have a building next door. Okay, Mr. Tiefel, we'll take care of you. All right, so let's talk about kids for a second. So this weekend we're planning a trip to Trader's World. And why does everyone nod their head, like bow their head, like what?
Because you're the only person I know that plans a trip.
You're echoing.
Money shopping.
Who's echoing?
Tiefel.
Oh, so we're going to Trader's World this weekend, okay? And kids all have their own money from either birthday money or saved money. Well, I don't know where they have money from, but some of the kids have money.
It's called yours. It's called yours.
Yeah, well,
It
is a shuffling of money for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But one of the kids doesn't have any money, so so you're like, well, I don't have any money, so why do I want to go? So here's the thing. They've all gotten the same attempts at getting money, so maybe they've spent it on other things, or maybe did it less chore, or whatever. For whatever reason, one child doesn't have money, but you don't want them to go someplace where you're shopping and not be able to buy anything. That's not fair. But then if you give one money, well, then it's not fair. Then they got extra money, so now the other three don't get money. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this fair. So the one person,
there is no way.
So
that's your answer. There is no way to make it fair, because life isn't fair, and it will never be fair between siblings. Because I've tried.
You take them there with the no. You take them there with the no money. They learn a lesson not to waste their money on other things.
Holy shit, Chris!
I know.
Shut up.
No,
Jesus.
Listen. I got a truckload of children here. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now that everybody gets an allowance. Some of them save, some of them spend it immediately. They, like within seconds of me loading their little debit cards, it's immediately gone. So, and then a couple of them have quite a bit of money. So if we were doing that, the ones that have quite a bit of money get to buy whatever they want, and the ones that spent their money immediately don't. It's that simple. That's real life, and that's how it works. They earn the money, they spent the money. That's fine. But if the other ones have money, they do. That's it.
Okay.
That doesn't seem a bit harsh. Go ahead, Demetrius.
Yeah, and I look, I get everybody's like, you know, that's real life, and that is, you know, that's just how the world works.
Right.
And now it's a hard lesson to learn when you have to. But you know what the lesson to learn, as far as I'm concerned, when we do a trip like that, the lesson to learn is that you're with family, and family takes care of family. If kids have more, then you know what? I'm not going to give you more than what they have, but I'm going to make it equal so you don't feel left out. So what I'm going to do, and you can make like Gina, I get it.
I'll buy each
I'm
one
not,
of them
I'm not,
one souvenir. That's the way this works. Like when we're going on a family vacation, I buy everybody one souvenir, and the rest that have money get to spend their own money. That's it.
You and I have differing opinions, and that's like I get it. You're a hard ass when it comes to the people who have escaped your vagina.
I'll tell you why. Because I had exactly you. I had you for parents. When my allowance ran out, there was more money. I could do whatever I wanted to. I would do, and it was constant. Like they paid for everything, and it took me so long to figure money out as an adult. Because I had a never-ending supply of money when I was younger, so I did not know anything about budgeting, responsibility, none of that.
But that sounds to me like they just gave you money and no conversation with it. Like
that was all that happened. I was a kid. The kids don't listen. It's not like, well, take this money and blah blah blah. I hear blah 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 after take this money. So
Okay, but I mean that seems like maybe you should have listened more to your parents.
Well, and
Really? Do you not know? Have you ever? Were you not a teenager?
here's the
Did you
thing.
just skip that part of your life?
I mean,
Here's-
the trip isn't just about the shopping. You're going on it. You're going with your family. You guys are going to go out to eat. You guys are going to have time together. Your parents are going to buy you a freaking souvenir while you're there anyway, because they're going to feel all
One.
sad with your puppy dog eyes.
well,
Anyway,
so
but just
here's what I
because you
came up
spent your money doesn't mean you deserve to get more money just because your siblings saved.
well, they didn't know, but they didn't know we were taking this trip. Like they may have saved their money if they would have known we were taking the trip. I'm gonna get to you, Donnie, in just a second. What I think we came up with was I think I'm gonna give them each $40. So if you've got more, then you get more than 40. If you don't have any, then you're gonna get that 40 to kind of do whatever you want. That's what I think I came up with, because you can't take a kid to somewhere where they're to spend money and the only purpose is to shop, and then to have them walking around not be
That's
able to buy.
literally all the places my parents took me when I was a kid. They took me to places where they spend money and they told me not to touch a damn thing.
Donnie,
That's
go ahead.
literally childhood.
Well, Georgia just posted up there. She said, "Give them a way to earn some money by this weekend." I mean, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come up with some chores. Make it some easy
Get
stuff
them
or
a
some stuff
lawnmower.
you want done around the house.
Yeah, no, that's a good. That's actually. So I think I'm going one of those two routes. I'm either going to give them each $40, or have the one kid that doesn't have any money do some chores around the house, and then at least they had to earn extra money.
Yeah.
Which is fair, because my kids aren't here during the week, and I know they have money, so it gives the one kid a chance to buzz around here and do some stuff. So maybe we'll do it that way. Speaking of kids, I sometimes I feel bad. I want to say I think Dee can feel me on this one, but I'm not sure if I'm the only one here, and I want to run it by you guys. Do you ever get mad at your children? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes, yes.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing.
D.
An hour later, kids are fine. Like they've gotten over it, but you're holding a grudge.
I'm still holding a grudge. I hold a
Yeah,
grudge
I'm
every
so
day,
mad
bro.
at my
You're like-
nephew for stuff he did when he was 4.
Yeah, right. And they get over it like they're over it onto the next thing in a small amount of time. But you're like, I can't love you right now. I can't even get into, even though you're in a good mood right now, I'm still mad at what happened an hour ago, and I'm holding a grudge against you, even though you're a child. Does that make sense, or am I the only one?
No, I do that too. Like I'm real resentful. Like especially when they ruin something for you. Like they've ruined something. Like I don't know, your life. I don't. Whatever. They've ruined.
Your
I'm just
body,
kidding.
your life.
Right. I'm just kidding. Well,
Peace
they've
and
ruined something.
quiet.
And they're moved on. They're moving on, and you're like, yes, I will sit here pissed off, and then, but that's you have to walk away when that happens. You have to go out somewhere, get away from them when that happens,
Yeah.
and go breathe, because otherwise you'll just hold that. Like I've went to bed pissed off at my kids. I say on a daily basis, I fuck these kids. I say that on kids ain't shit. Fuck these kids. Those are two sayings that I say on a daily basis. There are, well, now I'm down to 4,
Like a
but
daily affirmation.
But then I have the other two, the 20-year-old, she does not cause me a whole lot of grief. Like she's very easy. She pays her own bills. She never asks for anything. I have to coax her home like a little stray kitten and leave
She's
food
like,
on the
some days I
porch.
forget she exists.
she forgets we exist. And then the oldest Foster, like he doesn't need a lot, but he still needs a little. And then but the other 4 that are here, I can't, like they're obnoxious. I don't even know what to say. Like they just are, like they fuck shit up on a daily basis. Like I can't. They're just. I try to do really nice things. Like for instance, I call Bella Leroy Jenkins. Let me just explain that real quick. You guys know who Leroy Jenkins is?
No.
Or what
Yes.
Leroy Jenkins is? Okay, so it's an internet reference. Back, this was years ago. There was an internet video, and these gamers are sitting there, and they're like strategically planning this attack, right? And everybody's like, okay, ready, and they plan it for a solid 3-4 minutes, and then this guy just goes running in and he yells, "Leroy Jenkins!" and he just fucks shit up, and the whole plan goes to shit. So Bella is Leroy Jenkins. She walks in, tears it up, like not on purpose. She's just super clumsy, and she's like, ditzy. Like she's very, very, very smart. Like she's a straight A student, but she's kind of dingy. We were blowing up balloons for this little party. We're having a little party, and we had confetti balloons. So she's blowing. She says, "Why are there these little rubber bands on the balloons?" I said, "They're holding the confetti in because there's actual confetti in the balloon." She's like, "Oh, okay." So she blows it up, and this asshole lets the balloon go. The balloon's flying around the house. Confetti's flying everywhere, all over the house. And
that sounds amazing.
Well, it would have been, except for we were having the party the next day, so we were just prepping for it. It's like, had she done it in the middle of the party, it would have been a little different. So there's like confetti everywhere, and she just Leroy Jenkins everything up, and it's constant. So, anyways, I don't even know what started, because this is how it gets. Don't get me talking about kids making me angry, and I'm like, and then this motherfucker. Right. Like, I will tell you all the stories about my children.
Go ahead, Demetrius.
I will say there are days where it is constant, but it is constant. Like he bombards me. Like when he was at home, it was like Chinese water torture, just drip, 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 and so it would frustrate me. But I like to think that I let things go as quickly as he does. Like I get mad, and but once again, there needs to be balance in this house. And so, as quickly as I let things go, sometimes my wife will hold on to them and go, "Oh, you're going to need this later. Oh, so let me just put this in a drawer so I can hold on to it and give it to you tomorrow."
Are you trying to say, this is new to me, you're trying to say a woman brings things up from that happened before? They bring them back up?
She has been known to. She is what I like to call a history clairvoyant. She remembers things from the past as if they happened in the future, and then brings up the appropriate emotional response.
Yes,
this is interesting. I've never heard any of this.
I can't stand you guys.
Nani, did you want to jump in at all?
No, yeah, I don't. That's strange.
No, he does not.
Donnie, things happen and it's water under the bridge.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I'm like, I've never met somebody who can recognize the same fucking water down the stream. Like that was the water that was under the bridge, and you're like, holy shit,
it's raining.
How did you know that?
This is the same water from 7 years ago when you said.
When you said.
Oh my God! Even people shaking his head. Like these guys are going to be divorced by 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm just shaking my head because I'm single and don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man.
Well, I don't do that. I don't bring things.
Water.
I don't know. Let's bring Dubs on and see.
I had to make sure he wasn't around before.
We're not taking your word for it.
I never do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I want to do a segment now. It's called Facebook News. We haven't done it in a while, but
there's a reason we haven't done it in a while.
This morning there were so many interesting statuses on my Facebook. I thought we'd figure out. All right, it's time for what is new in the world of Facebook. Facebook News.
Kids like to call it AARP social media.
I have some Facebook
My
news.
arm's tired now.
Oh, Donnie's got some too. Okay, do you want to start with yours or end with yours, Donnie?
Yes, I want to start because Gina's gonna kick your ass. Is what she's gonna do. Andrew cheated on me on Facebook. I'm just gonna say it. Andrew recommended another car salesman to one of his Facebook friends, and I know I'm supposed to be mad about it, but it's Andrew,
Donnie.
So
it's not fair, Donnie. But she specifically asked, "I need someone that sells Fords."
See, that's why I know. That's why I'm not mad, because I know that you read that part.
Yeah,
and was like, you know what? I know some Ford guys, which is true. I work at a Kia store, but we've got like Fords and Cadillacs, and she's actually coming in today. So I'm gonna let you know how it goes. She may or may not buy.
Oh,
but
good.
So here. So I'm gonna give Andrew's defense for him. This is how well I know Andrew, because your intentions are the best.
I swear.
But here's what you did. You read the question where she said, "Does anyone know any Ford or Cadillac salespeople?"
Oh,
but what you've got to read is the question behind the question is, does anyone know a salesperson you trust to buy a car from? 'Cause
First,
I haven't found one yet.
I would like to whoa.
Whoa.
Had she just said, I need the most amazing car salesman, then the answer is Donald Palicki.
Absolutely.
At Taylor Kia.
100%.
That is the answer.
Not even close.
But what she did say was, I need a Ford or Cadillac salesman. But Donnie was like, I can do all of that shit. And what Donnie's message really was to you, Andrew, was this. You told her about somebody else, but I still got that bitch.
I still got it.
She may or may not buy. But
Am I the only one that's weirded out by the range of vehicles she's looking for, though? Like Ford to Cadillac? Like
yes, you are the only one.
Well,
yes.
Yeah,
she's
it's
got
not
like
Ford
two
to
different
Cadillac.
classes of vehicles.
It's Ford or Cadillac.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, she's got a really
That's
nice
what I'm
Dodge.
saying. She's looking for a Ford, but it'd be nice if she could get a Cadillac. Like those are like two entirely different classes of vehicle.
Right.
Yeah, people buy.
I don't think you really shop Fords much, do you? Fords are comparable in price. Some Fords are comparable to price to Cadillacs.
Yeah, but they're not luxury freaking Cadillacs just because they're around the same price.
All right. Other Facebook news. Ashley Tucker.
I forgive you, Demetrius.
Thank you,
Andrew. Sorry. I forgive you too. Andrew, I forgive you.
Anytime if someone just says car salesman, Donnie, you're automatically there. Now I know anything to do with cars, Donnie is the guy.
First of all, anytime anybody asks me anything on Facebook, magician, fucking pool guy, the answer is always Donnie. Always. It is always Donnie.
If he doesn't know it, he'll learn.
I need to learn.
Best gynecologist. I'm like, Donnie.
Hello,
Donnie.
plastic surgeon, Donnie.
I know. Worst gynecologist. Anybody who operates a Muppet.
Donnie will drop what he's doing and go to medical school and get his degree.
How are you making me talk?
Jim Henson's like, I don't know.
Okay, Ashley Tucker 3 hours ago, 419 posted. My boyfriend doesn't mooch off me. Last time I checked, couples take care of each other through the good and the bad. So what if he isn't working at the moment? He's not jobless. He hasn't started his new job yet. And when I decided to quit mine and I'm waiting for the day I start a new job, he will be taking care of me. We are a team. I won't stand for anyone making him feel like he's failing because he's not. One, we aren't broke. One, we aren't. What?
Take the tone out of your voice like that.
Yeah,
that is.
I think he's
that
got
is
it right.
A very inspirational. You are reading it like she's some kind of dumb broad being taken advantage of. Like,
no,
stop.
I know I'm reading it like she is mad. She's obviously mad at what people are talking. So
someone took shots.
Yeah, they took shots.
Someone took shots at her man.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
someone in the I don't know if someone in the family or if it was a friend.
All she did was then say he's not jobless and then define how he was jobless.
Listen, I'm defending her. And I'm with her on this because I'm just a few houses away from being like a full-time YouTube dad. So
you're so excited. You're like, Ashley, come on, baby. That's Donnie's dream. But here's even that, like we talked about Cedar Point earlier. Like I look at the Holderness family. I look at the Holderness family because I mentioned them a lot. But they were two newscasters. They quit their jobs and they're now stay-at-home parents. But they just make YouTube videos all day. But it's become a job for them. Even doing that, like you have to come up with it's stressful. They get to come up with ideas and then they got to act them out and shoot them and all that stuff. But that's Donnie's dream though, is the YouTube dad. All right, let's go over to this one. Robert Easter posted 15 hours ago. All my single people, why y'all single? What's wrong with y'all? Good question, too.
It's everyone else's problem.
That is deep.
That is deep.
That is deep. What is wrong with y'all? What is? Here's my question. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, here we go to the next one. I don't know.
Whoa.
That was
So
bumper music was weird.
Stacy Ross posted 17 hours ago. I want an icy and I want coffee, but that's entirely too much caffeine. So instead, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what one I will appreciate more.
Wait,
She's in a tough
ices have
spot.
caffeine?
This is the worst segment ever. Like I
is-
can't with Andrew.
I
And
like
his,
it.
First of all, most of the time that's not the tone that people are taking when they like you're taking a whole different, like, nobody is that fucking dramatic over iced coffee. Calm it down.
Some
She
people
did post
are
about it.
like
Yeah, she
they
did post
do
about
these they do these things and then they like hope this is the post. You know, like this is the post that gets them to talk to Michael Strahan on GMA or some shit. Like, oh my God, she posted.
Yeah.
Which one will I? Who does appreciate? That drove us to a conversation of who appreciates stuff more: people who drink coffee or people who like ices. Who? Or is it the people who drink icy coffees? What the fuck?
Yeah, get a frappuccino.
Yeah, no shit.
Nikki
An iced
Knight.
frap.
Yes, Nikki Knight, 13 hours ago. So after running some errands, we decided to order some drinks from McDonald's. To expedite things, I ordered in the app. When we arrive, we check in like it says, put the spot in the app, and wait. Well over 5 minutes, and the app says, to maintain social distance, I call. Twice, no answer. Side door is locked, so you can't go in. Finally, we say something to the
What
person.
about the front door?
Finally, we say something to the person in the drive-thru. Again, only drinks and no food. We were told the beverage machine was down. Since I already paid in the app, they couldn't refund my money, nor could they offer me anything in its place because all the drinks were down. So basically, they just told me, sorry, guess I'm expected to pay for something and not receive it. It's actually a good question.
Wow.
I mean, just call McDonald's corporate. I'm sure they got a customer service number.
I guess.
Holy
but-
crap for drinks! They
I know.
what are you out?
Drinks are
$4?
$4.
Everything's $1. Like,
Well, I mean,
geez.
she's obviously
What?
she obviously has a problem with it. So take it.
Well, I would too, but I don't think I would call
Okay.
corporate.
Yes,
This
call
is-
corporate.
Donnie.
Okay, this is her fault because McDonald's restaurants have been closed. Like the inside has been closed this whole COVID.
Mhm.
So just go through the drive-through. Now, Taco Bell, if you want to do Taco Bell online, you can walk in, tell them you're there, and then they'll get it to you. So you can cut the line if it's really long. But it's called overthinking the room. Just go through the drive-through, and they would have told you, hey, our pop
Yeah.
machine's broken.
She strikes
Get
me as
something
somebody
else.
who does a lot of overthinking the room. She uses the word expedite in the post.
Yes.
That says to me that she's somebody who likes to overthink the room.
You don't like no fancy words.
Expedite my
All
see.
right, here's the next
Trying to
one.
wow me with your vocabulary means you're trying to fucking hide something from me.
John Jenkins, 8 hours ago. Yo, why did I just drive by someone running down the street in a hospital robe, sandals, and wrapped in a hospital blanket?
I'm assuming
What's up,
their
John?
insurance is out.
Sorry, ma'am, you have to go.
Taylor Marie Morgan, 16 hours ago. I'm currently on the hunt for bones and taxidermy mounts to decorate for my home. If anyone has any leads, I would greatly appreciate it.
Signed Edgin.
Yeah,
and
there's a squirrel up on my street.
And finally, 9 hours ago, Aubrey Van Hoos. I've been living a lie. I grew up being told there's a space in my last name. My mom showed me a few months ago that none of my family members put a space in their last name, which is true. Today, my mom pulls out my birth certificate, and legit, my last name doesn't have a space in it. My driver's license included. So, like, I don't know what to do with this information.
That would be devastating, actually. Like her whole life is a lie.
I know.
Like you've got.
Really?
Here's the thing, though. You can. Here's your chance to start all
She-
over with everything.
She didn't figure it out when she had to take her birth certificate in to get her license.
Apparently not. She's
So-
put
Dude,
So here's a real easy fix. Is remember that little finger space that you had to put between that word?
Uh-huh.
Now don't do that anymore. See how that works?
Whoa,
See,
is it that
your life is the same. Holy
No,
shit!
it's not.
I like
not
Don.
even the
How
same
about this?
person.
You've just
Go ahead,
gained
Donnie.
more space on paper.
Go ahead,
Not
Donnie.
true, Demetrius. She's a whole different person.
I like Donnie's
Space
answer.
Van Spacehusen is not the same person as Van No Spacehusen. There's no way. You can't be two people at the same time.
All right. I will give it to you. Van Spacehusen is definitely a different person than Van No Spacehusen. But I would say that if those two people sat down together, they would find that they have much more in common than they do that they don't have in common. You know, it would almost be as if they were the same person.
And there it is, everybody. That is Facebook News. This portion of the show brought to you in part by DMX Lawn and Landscape. Get your lawn done. It's time. DMX Lawn and Landscape, they will take care of you. They will come in and they rap while they do the lawn. So in honor of DMX.
I think you're committing them to something that they
No.
Oh, Dan will do it. He'll do it.
Yes, he has a giant boombox mounted on top of his lawnmower, and he has a microphone that goes on his head, you know, one of the ones you wear, and he will rap while he's doing the lawn. It's very interesting to watch, unlike any other.
Your neighbors love him.
And by the way, everyone at the last segment, Facebook News, everyone danced but Gina. Don't be a hater, Gina. Everyone loved it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's an all right segment, but it's weird that you put their names out on blast.
Well, they put them out on blast when they posted.
It's in the fine print, Chris. It's in the fine print when you sign into your Facebook app that it's information for everybody.
Yep.
Here's what Andrew makes me crazy, because some people have their pages, like I have my page completely locked down. Like you can't, if you're not my Facebook friend, you won't see hardly anything I post unless I
see your
purposely
page,
make it
Gina.
public. That's because you're my friend, Tifa. So so he screenshots my shit and then shares it on his page, and it makes me crazy because I'm like, dude, block my name out. Like people are, I've been reported so many times on Facebook. It's so aggravating over saying nothing. So that's why it's locked down, and I don't comment on anything anymore, hardly anybody's pages. But yeah, he does it a lot. So if it's not a public post, maybe don't read it, because there's reasons people keep their pages private.
Yeah,
like some people have, you know, family members, exes, all that.
If you're friends with me, well then unfriend me. I'm putting it out there right now. If you're friends with me,
can I unfriend you?
No, you cannot. Everyone else, if you friend me, realize you might be your post might be read on air. So I'm just that's my disclaimer right there. Lawn Greetings of Toledo, say it in the lawn. They're doing a special Mother's Day special where you can say Happy Mother's Day right in the lawn. It's $20. You get 24 hours of beautiful lawn greetings.
I think they do my neighborhood. Like, look, might come up with some letters missing. It might be Happy Others Day by the time it's done.
So, like, honestly,
they deserve a day too.
Out of all the neighborhoods, you think they're just snatching like that neighborhood? They're like, man, you know what? There's a black market for the letters M and T. It's just like I'm almost positive alphabets are safe in that neighborhood. Dude, I feel like if you could put up like letters and then hide money under it and come out the next morning and there would still be money under letters.
Oh wow.
Gina just created a whole new holiday for people without kids. So like for TFL, so you've got Mother's Day, Father's Day, and then for TFL, you've got Other's Day. So we just have to figure out which day it is.
And
Happy Mother's Day, Chris.
And if you do it the day after Other's Day is the day after Mother's Day. So when you order your lawn greeting, you just pull the M out and you just keep it for 2 days.
Yeah, and you take that shit over to your mistress's house.
The
next day, Happy Other's Day.
No, that's the day after Valentine's Day. That's already been created. Other's Day is the day after Valentine's.
Oh, good.
I look forward to Mother's Day in Toledo because there's always a fight somewhere.
Yeah.
So there's always a mother's fight somewhere in Toledo. Usually at a buffet.
Lawn Greetings of Toledo, say it in the lawn instead of a boring ass card. All right, TFL it now has the news, WTF news with Ebenezer.
And I gotta go.
All right, see
that's my cue.
Every time.
All right, Tifa. Bye.
Go ahead, Tifa.
All right. Well, so you know, we all know that flying makes some people nervous. They get scared, especially if it's your first time. And a lot of people are superstitious. And apparently, one superstition in Asian countries is throwing some coins into the engine of the plane for good luck. And that's just what happened the other day.
What?
A man identified only by his surname Wang was boarding a plane and threw a handful of red wrapped coins into the jet engine of his plane. Luckily, during pre-flight inspection, somebody noticed some coins underneath the engine, and they were able to cancel the flight altogether for all 150 passengers until the next day, while they inspected and made sure they found all the coins in the engine itself. Apparently, it's for luck.
Natasha says, "Oh hell no!"
How about where are you in an airport? Why is this airport allowing you to get
access?
Are the steps that close to the engine that you could just throw? They don't have a tunnel that you walk through. You don't walk through that little.
When I was growing up, we had John Wayne Airport in Orange County, and you still walked out on the tarmac and up some stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yes, the small airport. Go ahead, Donnie.
Yes, and we all know how technology has not affected the aviation industry since you were a child.
Well, no, I was just giving an example. There are still airports that do that today.
All right, let Donnie talk.
Well, yeah, I just Googled it, and this is like a thing. This is a problem. I Googled it to see how often this happens, and there's a story. There's multiple stories over the last couple of years of people doing this, throwing coins into the engine.
Can we start something new? And it'd be, hey, for good luck, buckle your seatbelt. Everyone's like, oh, this is the new good luck thing. Just buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, not throwing coins or anything into the engine that's going to be flying you into the air at 30,000 feet.
Right. All right. What else, Ebenezer?
Bringing you up to New York City, a man recently flew into JFK from Guyana, and was discovered to have 35 live finches sewn into his coat in little hair rollers with netting on top to keep them inside. The reason why is apparently in Brooklyn and in Queens, they have singing competitions for finches, usually in local parks. And if your finch wins, it can sell for upwards of $10,000 on there. There are finch varieties available here in the United States, but finches from Guyana are considered especially coveted because they sing better. Apparently, their voices are better. They give you an edge in the competition.
So he smuggled his band, is what he did.
Yeah, this man says he was offered $3,000 to smuggle the finches into New York. He was paid $500 up front and was supposed to receive the other $2,500 upon receipt. Poor guy won't see that $2,500 now, and I'm sure he's got some fines coming to him. So he could have used it on there. But now, normally, the reason why it's a problem is usually because you don't want to introduce the birds into a native population, possible diseases and things like that. So they'd have to quarantine for at least 30 days. Plus, there are duties and things required for bringing animals into the United States. And thank you, Natasha, for coming up with a better pun than me.
Ain't that a finch? I got caught, man. Ain't that a finch?
And bringing you up to Detroit, or not Detroit, but just Michigan entirely, in Lodi Township. There's a feud over a property line, over a couple of farmland there. This gentleman, his grandfather bought the land about 100 years ago, but since then it's been broken up into smaller lots. And there was a recent dispute about the property line with his neighbor. And so to kind of set his point, the neighbor set up a feces wall between him and his neighbor, which is oddly close to his neighbor's house. So now there's just a giant fence of manure separating the properties. They have a tenant in their house right now that just says that's just trying to deal with it. They're like, we can't have the windows open. The entire upstairs smells like it. On there with. When the gentleman was asked why he did it, he said something about saying, "Hey, the neighbors don't like this," and he said something about not liking the price of milk himself before he went back to work on his property. And yeah, that's it. So if you have a dispute with your neighbor, go ahead and put up a poop wall, because apparently, according to local officials, there's nothing they can do about it.
All right.
I guess, and also if you want to save money on fencing, although it would have to be in my neighborhood, it would have to be a split rail poop wall, because they don't allow,
what's it called? The home.
In his defense as well, when it was identified as a poop wall, to the gentleman who put it up, he corrected the reporter and said it's actually a compost fence.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess makes it okay. All right, one more. Out of Germany. Here. There was a jogger going through a Bavarian forest near the country's Austrian border who found a plastic bag with what looked to be a grenade. Now, finding unused and unspent munitions in Germany and Austria and other European countries left over from World War II is not that uncommon. They have a whole process for it. So they sent out a bomb squad to check out this bag. And once they arrived, they inspected the bag and they found the grenade object. And along with the grenade object, they also found some lubricant condoms. And after some more inspection and a little bit of Googling, they found that these were actually grenade replica sex toys that were left in the forest on there.
Wow.
So I don't know what kind of play you're doing that you need a grenade replica.
I'm thinking it's a version of hot potato.
Yes. Let's just say they were connected.
Go ahead, Donnie.
Oh no, they were connected, so you can get them back out.
For a very large woman.
I've shoved a grenade in your ass. You have 5 seconds to get it out, and you're not allowed to use your hands. I suggest that you concentrate and push. I'm going to assume it was a wife who did this to her husband, who was talking shit about her childbirth.
That is WTF News, Ebenezer Bush Rods, Portia Show brought to you part by Lufka All Natural, your all natural skincare solution in Perrysburg at the Country Charm Shops. Teebs of Adrian. Go to Teebs.green for your recreational and medicinal cannabis. For Chris Tiefel, Donnie P, Demetrius Nicodemus, producer Georgia, Gina, I'm Andrew Z. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Come on!